Hey everybody, welcome back to this. This is not about a specific format or game. Welcome. Basically, I made this YouTube post in my community. I also made the same post on Twitter. I got an overwhelming amount of responses, so hopefully this video isn't an hour of me reading comments and discussing them. And hopefully the people doing construction outside aren't too loud because they've been doing it all day, and I got tired of waiting. So, long story short, basically, I just wanted to see if anybody had ideas for items, abilities, or moves that they think would be cool to add for them to add into the Pokemon franchise. You know, I have like some of my own things. A good example that I always have is, for some reason, I'm blanking. Wow. Jeez Louise. I always have, like, so many good ideas, and now here I am, just completely blanking. An item that gives a Pokemon access to one of its pre-evolution's abilities. So, for example, if you gave it to Slacking, it would, in exchange for basically not being able to hold an item, its ability would be Vital Spirit instead of Truant, which, you know, sounds kind of fair. And it would just be like the immediate previous evolution, and it would be like it would be whichever ability is in the same slot as the one you have. So if it's a Pokemon that's hidden ability, it'll get its pre-evolution's hidden ability, so on and so forth. I think that sounds kind of cool. I think that's kind of fair in exchange for an item slot having your pre-evolution's ability. It has a lot of like really interesting use cases, like you could give it to Orbeetle so that it has Compound Eyes, instead of which ability is it that goes with Compound Eyes? I think it's Telepathy. So instead of Telepathy, it'd have Compound Eyes, which sounds super fair. It's kind of like Eviolite, but for fully evolved Pokemon, and it does like abilities. I don't know. It just feels like a really cool mechanic they could introduce. So with that as the example, we're going to go through, we're going to read a bunch of these comments. I did respond to like all of these comments on Twitter and on YouTube already. But we're going to go through and we're going to talk about them so that everybody can share and everybody can be nice. And if you are inspired by this video and you have any similar kind of ideas for moves or items or abilities, let me know down in the comments. And we can maybe make a sequel. If I get enough comments, I'll make a sequel video and we can talk about all of those too. Without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have Cosmic Pharaoh. Cosmic Pharaoh says, Sinistea gets 3 items and 1 move. The first item, Hot Tea, deal 1.5 times damage with fire type attacks. Okay, sounds not too bad. Sounds like a fair item for just Sinistea to have when Poltegeist. Ice Tea, deal 1.5 damage with ice type attacks. Same kind of deal. T-Shot, attacking move that turns into fire ice type depending on the T item, maybe with burn or freeze chance. That's kind of cool. We do like moves that are different. I wonder gosh, I wonder if maybe there's like a neutral T-Shot that's like, I don't know, what would neutral, because there has to be, what does T-Shot do if you don't have a hold item? That's something to think about. Also, you have to think about what the base typing is. Probably like 90, which makes it about the same as like Revelation Dance. I think that sounds fair. And then Sugar Cube. If it's held by a Poltegeist with weak armor, it activates weak armor upon switching in or receiving this item. That's kind of a really weird item to be specific to Poltegeist. Maybe we just have an item that just triggers weak armor for everybody. I feel like that's more fair. There are a lot of Pokemon with weak armor that, like, I don't know, would enjoy giving up their item to just trigger weak armor right on the switch in. It can also activate with Mudsdale Stamina. That has to do with the Sugar Cube. Yeah, I think that sounds cool. Oh, and Flygon needs Tinted Lens. Yes, fair enough. Flygon needs a lot of love. Let's see. I like mixed attackers, but something for mixed attackers is basically what this says. Some sort of an ability that lets all damage be calculated from just the attack or the special attack. That could be interesting. I feel like the special thing about mixed attackers is that both of their stats are high. This doesn't like fix mixed attackers. This kind of makes it so that like all of the mixed attack, every attacker can be a mixed attacker, which does not sound very good or balanced for me, if that makes sense. I feel like, I don't know, maybe maybe just like a move that all mixed attackers can learn that like is either physical or special. It kind of like what's the attack? Galarian Slowbro's attack. Shell Cannon? What is that move called? Shell Cannon, I think, is what it's called. Shell Sidearm. That's the attack. What if every mixed attacker got a Shell Sidearm? I think that would be cooler. That's where my brain goes to. An ability that lets all damage be calculated from just the attack or the special attack sounds like the Pokemon that it's attached to is not a mixed attacker, like, stat-wise. It's just, like, yeah, I get where you're going. I got you. Yeah, this could be cool. Like, just this Pokemon is a really good mixed attacker because of this ability. An ability that is Shell Sidearm. Okay, you know what? I can get behind this. This sounds cool. Alright, move ideas. Battering Ram, which is Steel-type Double Edge. Base 120 Double Edge. You gotta think there's probably a reason this doesn't exist yet, but that doesn't sound super... That sounds cool. Could maybe break protection moves without bypassing them. I don't like that. I don't like that on a base 120 move, but maybe if it was like a base like 100 or a base 90 move, kind of like Raging Bull, but a Steel-type attack, that could be cool. Incantation, which is Special Attack Howl. We don't really have Special Attack Howl, I guess. There are moves that can increase your partner's special attack. I guess the best example is Decorate, but Decorate's for everybody. Yeah, why not? Why not a supporting move that increases your partner's special attack? That sounds cool. Sputter, a special priority spread dragon type move with 60 base power. Sure. This doesn't sound like it'd be very good. This sounds like, what's that move? This sounds like Air Cutter, but dragon type, which sounds fine. If you want it, you know what? You can have it. I'm down for it. Celestial Beam, Psychic type, Special Defense Body Press. That sounds like it could be cool. I feel like overall there are a lot more Pokemon that could take advantage of this than take advantage of Body Press. There are a lot more Pokemon that are like common in VGC with really high special defense stats. Plus, this could potentially just stack with Assault Vest. This might be kind of like it might be kind of like disgustingly good if this move existed. I'm on the fence about this one. This one might be too good. All right, let's see. Hypnotic Charm. Whenever the target is struck by a move, Hypnotic Charm triggers an Encore. Okay. Would be good for deterring Fake Out. I read all of these already, but there were so many comments. I don't remember all of them. Yes. I think this sounds fine, but it'd have to be a consumable item. It'd have to be like you get hit and it triggers it, and then it consumes the item immediately. And then you kind of have to think about how it interacts with... what is the ability that makes you immune to Encore? Is it Oblivious? I don't think it's Oblivious. It might be Oblivious. Does Oblivious make you immune to Taunt too? Whatever ability it is that makes you immune to Encore, you have to think about how this interacts with that too. Does it consume the item and then it doesn't do it, or does it just not consume the item? That's also a very important interaction, but this could be really cool. A big Fake Out deterrent, like even more than Covert Cloak, I think would be pretty okay. And also, if you could just like waste it, potentially. Like if your opponent, it'd be very easy for you to waste it on accident. Like if your opponent just doesn't Fake Out and they go for their damaging move, that would be super interesting as well. This is very, very, very niche because I feel like most of the time you want to Encore something into like Protect and not like in a damaging move, and if they decide to go for, you know, like the Drain Punch or whatever, if it's Iron Hands, then you're Encoring them in a Drain Punch, which is both good and bad. That's really interesting. I like that. Alright, let's see here. Common ideas that people talk about. Yeah, there's a lot of these. Special Intimidate, abilities that set and remove Gravity and Trick Room. Personally, I don't want an ability that sets Trick Room unless it's on a restricted Pokemon. An ability that sets Gravity, I'm fine with, I think. Because the situations where gravity is really broken are really few and far between. There are some things this would enable, but like potentially I don't think it'd be that big of a problem. But an ability that sets Trick Room, I think I would only want it on a restricted Pokemon. But most of the time people say it should be Palkia and Dialga that have these abilities, which I think is super fair. That would make Palkia Groudon like kind of great, because then you just lead it and the Precipice Blades always hits. Special Intimidate. Now, here's the thing. I want, in theory, I want Special Intimidate. But, here's the deal. We all want Special Intimidate, but we all hate Ting Lu. And what is Ting Lu if not the Special Intimidator? Answer me this. What is Ting Lu if not the Special Intimidator? Do we want a Pokemon with actual Special Intimidate that can switch in and out and just keep lowering your special attack? Because the way that the game is balanced right now is balanced around Intimidate existing. And I feel like if they do this, they have to raise the base power of a bunch of special type moves to like match Intimidate moves. Unless there's only one Pokemon Special Intimidate, but even if it's just one Pokemon, unless it's like a really bad Pokemon, it's gonna see play. You know what I mean? I think were there important replies? Yes, some 100% accurate moves with 70, 60, 80 base power. This isn't super specific. Yeah. Like, this isn't super specific, but yeah, I mean, I feel like every type deserves to have at least one reliable move. Reverse Metronome. The Metronome, the item. If you're hit with the same move more than once in a row, the subsequent hits do less and less damage. This is kind of cool. I kind of like this. This is really good into like Choice Scarf, Choice Band, Choice Specs Pokemon. But you have to live the first hit, which is an interesting thing. I don't think it'd be a good item, but I think it'd be a fun item. I think it could be cool. Let's see. A move that can cause a status to the user. So the example here is Overwork. It deals 100 damage and burns the user. This could be super broken because if like Guts, like they even said it here, if Guts Pokemon get this ability or this attack, it could be super busted. But I feel like it's kind of because Guts is kind of like just an okay ability just because you have to hold Flame Orb. And you're kind of like walking this fine line of like, you know, it's kind of like holding like a Choice Band, except you don't get it on turn 1 and you can pick whatever move you want. So it's like holding a Choice Band, but you get to click Protect. Maybe it's balanced that way, but if I feel like there are specific Pokemon that could run Overwork, like Hariyama. I think it would be fair. It gets a base 100 fighting type attack that boosts itself. I think that's fine. Hariyama's not like a stupidly broken Pokemon. It was good in Series 1, but only because it gets Fake Out and Wide Guard, and it has like the Guts and Trick Room stuff going for it. I feel like this wouldn't be like stupidly broken because you do have to click the attack to get the burn, and if you're running this attack, you're probably not running Flame Orb. I think that's kind of fair. That sounds like kind of fair to me, I think. Let's see. 80 base power, 100% accurate Fairy and Dark physical move. Okay, I guess so. I mean, this kind of goes like I think every type should have reliable moves. Play Rough missing, it does kind of suck. But for Dark, we did have Darkest Lariat and Throat Chop, which I believe are both 80 base power. I mean, I know Darkest Lariat isn't a TR right now, but Throat Chop's a TM, isn't it? Hold on. Please hold. We need to look this up. Throat Chop's a TM, right? Yeah, we have a base 80, 100% accurate Dark type move. Is it a TM this generation? It is not. It is not a TM right now. Okay, so only some Pokemon get it. So I guess what Throat Chop and Darkest Lariat were last generation. Okay, that's kind of fair, I guess. An ability that lowers the user's speed and raises the special defense. I feel like this has to happen in like certain situations. Like, ooh, if this was like, yeah, like reverse weak armor, where every time you get hit, your speed goes down and your special defense goes up, I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, Leftovers as an ability I think is long overdue. Although we do kind of have like Rain Dish and stuff like that. How much does Rain Dish recover? Because it's never been like super relevant. Let's see here. 1/16th. So that's, what is that as a percentage? 6, no. 1 divided by 16. 0.6%. Okay. So if we can't have Rain Dish without rain, or like similar abilities without their weather conditions. I think Pokemon has decided that this much HP back without some kind of weather in play is too good. It would probably be less than how much those recover, which I think is the same as leftovers. So what? I don't know. If it was just like one Pokemon, who cares, right? Like one Pokemon that gets to have leftovers as an ability, that's not super egregious or anything. And they could even just like buff the weather ones to be like 1/8 like grassy terrain. I think that's fair. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. An ability that boosts speed with hit with fire moves. Okay. Here's what they should do. They should buff Flare Boost to do this. Don't make a whole new ability. Buff Flare Boost to do this in addition to the because this is what Flare Boost does already, isn't it? Almost. Let's see. Flare Boost. Oh no, actually. Huh. Okay, so it'd kind of be like, so when you're burned, your special moves are 50% stronger? Oh. Wait, we just need to give this to more Pokemon. Because somebody else specifically said, like, something that boosts your special attack when you have a status, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we should just, are there more on here? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll go back to those, I guess. Oh, actually, we're on it already. Yeah, why not? Ability that boosts speed when hit by fire moves? Oh, this is, okay. Yes, we could probably have this, but with the way things have been going, it'll probably be like you have to take the damage. You're not immune to fire type moves. Because Steam Engine does do this. This is something that Steam Engine does, but you have to take the damage. And if it's something that's just like every time you get hit, if it's like a fire type Pokemon with this ability, you're going to have to take the fire type damage. I think that's fair. Alright, let's see here. Ability to Trick Room, we've already talked about. A ghost move with the ability to freeze. I guess, sure, why not? An item that drops the user's evasion but raises both the defense or even a move. So like, increasing your opponent's accuracy in exchange for getting defense boosts or special defense boosts. Okay, I could see this. Yeah, like it multiplies both defenses by like 1.2. Or something like that, and it multiplies your evasion by like 1.2. I think that sounds fair. As a whole item, that sounds kind of cool. A 60 base power ground move that traps and hits flying and levitate Pokemon the next turn, but lowers the user's special defense. This is really specific. You know what this is? This is already Smackdown, which is a rock type move. But Smackdown already kind of does this. I don't think we need this, but I wouldn't be mad if we got it. You know what I mean? That's where I lie on this last one. Because this is kind of like, this is like almost literally what Smackdown is already, but Smackdown is a rock type move. Let's see. All the stuff from Yokai Watch. I've never played Yokai Watch. Let's see. A blanket effect that negates all accuracy checks. We kind of already have Gravity. If it was a blanket effect that negated all accuracy checks, then Oko moves would be too good. I do agree that just more Pokemon should get No Guard. Yeah, I think the only way to balance this is the way that No Guard is balanced. But if more Pokemon go No Guard, I'd be pretty happy. Whenever this Pokemon switches in, it removes Trick Room and Magic Room. And Wonder Room, I think I added. Yes. So this is like Screen Cleaner, but for rooms. Room Cleaner. This sounds kind of neat. Obviously, the Pokemon that gets this might not be super good, because, like, Galarian Mr. Rime is, like, just okay. It's, like, an okay Pokemon. It's fine. You can use it if you want to. This would kind of occupy the same niche that Mr. Rime already occupies, except for Trick Room, Wonder Room, Magic Room. I think that's fine. I think that's fair. Just an ability that literally just reverses Trick Room? Yeah, I think that's fine. A time-themed Pokemon with an ability like Temporal Lock. It stops Tailwind or Trick Room from being used. Like, okay, yeah, like Cloud9, but for Tailwind or Trick Room. This kind of goes hand-in-hand with the last one, except it includes Tailwind, just Tailwind and Trick Room. I think Cloud9 for Trick Room makes as much sense as, like, a move that just removes, an ability that just removes Trick Room on switch-in. I don't know how I feel about Tailwind, to be honest. I don't know. Tailwind and Trick Room don't really do the same thing, so it's kind of hard to say. Like, they kind of do the same thing, but not really, you know? It's really interesting, but this is the kind of thing that I don't really know how this would affect the meta unless we had it. Just because it affects Tailwind, and Tailwind is all over the place, anything that straight up counters Tailwind is going to feel really, really strong. Reverse Hustle. Boosts the accuracy, but reduces their damage. Oh, so I thought about this one more. I actually read this comment and, like, commented and talked to them again. Here's the deal. This is already Compound Eyes. This is already Wide Lens. So unless it increases your accuracy more than Compound Eyes and Wide Lens, there's no reason for this to exist. It would have to increase your accuracy by even more than those, and even then it probably wouldn't interact with, like, Oko moves or anything. So yeah, I feel like it could be cool. It would be good. But also we could just give more Pokemon Compound Eyes, or like make a Compound Eyes that isn't just for bug type Pokemon. Terrain Seeds, but for weather, yeah. Special Guts. I just read this. We actually already have Special Guts. It's called Flare Boost. Who knew? Water type, Solar Beam, or Blade. This sounds okay, except it can't be water type. It has to be flying type, or it's going to be too strong. Because Solar Beam is only fair, and Solar Blade is only fair because it's not a fire type move. Rock version and Sand is fine because Sand does not boost Rock. Let's give us an Ice type version. Why not? Special Intimidate, yeah, of course. An ability that lets a Pokemon use Explosion or Self-Destruct but survive on 1 HP. Okay. It's not considered recoil, so this would be pretty unique. Yeah, why not? It can be if it's the only Pokemon, yeah, why not? An ability that protects Pokemon from secondary effects like Reverse Serene Grace. Like Reverse Serene Grace. Oh, see, my understanding of this ability was different, right? Yeah. So it's like Sheer Force, but for effects that like hurt you. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is already Covert Cloak. I didn't read all of this stuff. Yeah, Shield Dust, Covert Cloak. Shield Dust, Covert Cloak. This is already Shield Dust, Covert Cloak. What I thought they meant for some reason was like an ability that just makes it so you ignore like recoil and stat drops, which is kind of what Rockhead already does, but like better Rockhead. Or maybe, you know, like Rockhead, but it's just for like stat drops from your own moves. I think that would be super cool. I don't know, we kind of have like variations on that, I guess. We don't have like a blanket one, like, you know. Magic Bounce, but for Tailwind or Speed Control. This one, I think, sounds really broken. But if it's just like 1 or 2 Pokemon, I think that's fine. Like, I think this could be like potentially too broken, because like, it's like it's so Court Change. This sounds like Court Change, but good. Which I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm kind of on the fence. Okay. That's all the YouTube comments. Let's read all the Twitter comments. Gosh. Special Intimidate? Yes, of course. Propeller Tail as an item? Super cool idea. Hopefully we'll get it next gen, because Propeller Tail as an item sounds really fair and like really balanced. Defense version of Assault Vest. I don't know how you balance it. Yeah, same. But I think, I think that only makes sense, because we basically have a choice item for every stat except for defense. Defense needs its choice item. An item that once per game moves all battle effects on both sides. Light Screen, Reflects, Terrains, Trick Room, everything. It activates basically on switching if any of those effects are in play. This sounds really strong, but now that I'm thinking about it, like, it might just, like, get wasted. Well, you can't lead this Pokemon. You have to have it in the back and, like, hold on to it. But it could be, like, too good still. I feel like this is the type of thing that we would love for about a week, and then everybody would get so sick of it because every team would have one Pokemon with this on it, especially in singles. In singles, this item would probably get banned. This is a stupid item in singles. Yeah, I don't know. An ability for Crammer Up that makes Eruption stay at 150 base power. You know what? I was thinking about this. And a Pokemon who always uses moves like this to their max base power, I don't think would be that broken. At least not if it was just one Pokemon, and it really depends on the Pokemon's stats and stuff. But personally, I would just prefer Camera Up to get Simple, because Simple Numel is really funny, and what if I could just run Simple Camera Up? Yeah, I don't know. I think this as an ability sounds fine. It would just have to be on the right Pokemon, and they probably wouldn't even learn. They probably wouldn't even learn Water Spout, because nothing learns Water Spout. Everybody gets Eruption, but nobody gets Water Spout. Alright, let's see here. Earmuffs. It has the effect of soundproof. You know what? I think that sounds fine. That sounds super fair as an item. Kind of. The only thing is, damaging moves. It could get kind of dicey. I don't know. I think it's probably fine. Type Shift. Changes the type of normal moves to a held item. So this would be kind of Technoblast kind of deal, except it's your ability and it's for all of your normal type moves. I think this could be fair, especially if it doesn't give any kind of boost. Yeah, if this is a Pokemon's ability and it requires a held item, actually I think this is super fair, because if this is okay, Pixelate. Pixelate says, all your normal type moves are fairy type, they get a 20% boost. If it was all of your moves are whatever type matching your held item and they get a 20% boost, that's fine, because that requires a hold item and your ability. I think that's fair. I think it might even be not good enough. Yes, the opposite of Bottle Cap. Absolutely. I didn't specify hold items, so here we are. The opposite of Bottle Cap. Yes, we absolutely need something that can give a Pokemon a 0 speed stat. Gravity on switching for Palkia, Trick Room on switching for Dialga. Palafin Hero for Giratina. You know what? I'm okay with all three of these. Go for it. Are there any other? No. Chilly Reception variants that set terrain or other weathers. I think this is fine. Chilly Reception, I think, is a testing ground for a move. It's not very good, but only because the only Pokemon that gets it is Slowking. If other Pokemon got Chilly Reception, if we had a Prankster user with Chilly Reception, it would straight up be busted. Or I don't know, an Ice-type Intimidate Pokemon with Chilly Reception, it'd be stupid broken. So I think yes. I think I like this. I think this is good. I think that's all of my replies already. I'm already out, yeah. I didn't get as many responses on Twitter, but I did get a lot of stuff. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing all of these things. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing my thoughts about it. Hopefully they were good, consistent thoughts and not me rambling, because, there is a fine line between ranting and rambling. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you have any thoughts about any of these specific things talked about in this video? Do you have any ideas of your own? Leave those down in the comments. Go ahead and, like and subscribe. And if you want to support me for the low price of 99 cents a month, you get all of the amazing emotes that I have made and will continue to make. You get your name and the AndyLaVGC credits at the end of the video here in just a couple of seconds. Yeah, with that, everybody, my name is Andrew. I'll catch you guys next time.